Bruce. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, there's it's easier said than done.
To me, it's really not.
But they also have several
really
cases. It's not like they can like follow him all the time, and surveillance him all the time. Who knows what his MO? You got to get a warrant to get up inside to see his computer.
I guess so.
The first time he showed up on their radar was
the first time.
Yeah.
So this not so he's been on their radar before.
Yes, for other things. So like the first thing was back in 2003. Was when he assaulted his partner with a pipe. So that was one instance there, and then there was later on he popped up on their radar as a witness to the murder, somebody that they interviewed like that. But then when he first became a suspect or a person of interest was just a couple of years ago when the man who he killed around that time, they were investigating and they found his journal, and the last journal entry was entitled Bruce, which is his first name. And they found surveillance video of the gentleman getting into the car with Bruce MacArthur. So it was at that point is when they got enough evidence to start telling the guy and investigating him, more thoroughly and getting the search warrant and all that, and that's when they caught him with the ninth victim and arrested him. So.
People get thrown under the jail for less. Yeah. It's always so strange to me how these people who do these type of murders get pass after pass after pass. We've seen this multiple times where they were like so close to getting caught, but then something happened and they were able to get away and continue to murder people.
But sometimes it's stuff like, legal things that they can't do. Right. Or like and they don't want to taint the evidence or taint the case. Because, again, if you're going after somebody that's a multiple murderer or serial killer,
right,
you don't want anything to be messed up, right? So you got to sometimes step back just so you don't mess up your case.
Right.
I mean, right now, even with, this is related but not related because he is a serial killer, but El Chapo, his lawyers now trying to say, like, they're trying to get the case overturned because of the technicality with the juror, because the juror said something like he saw some media. Just one little thing, it's all done.
Yeah, that's true. So the Kalamazoo Uber spree killer of 2016.
Spree killer.
Yep, spree killer. This guy, Kalamazoo is in Michigan. Okay, so this guy, Jason Dalton, he pleaded guilty to 6 counts of murder. He killed 6 people in a span of a few hours and wounded 2 more.
Wow.
So we got 6 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder and 8 counts of felony use of firearms for the 2016 shooting spree in Kalamazoo. The charges carry a mandatory sentence, life in prison with no possibility of parole. Again, another killer, murderer pleading guilty.
Wow.
This is right here in Michigan.
Wow.
I didn't even hear about this back
me
in 2016.
Either. I think I heard something about an Uber killer. I think I did hear some. Maybe it was. I think I did hear something about like an Uber killer or something like that.
And
but
it wasn't like he was killing his fares.
Yeah, no.
He was on duty, but he was just going around like kind of killing people at these random places.
Wow.
Yeah, because you would think, because you think Uber killer, okay, he's, people, his fares, he's killing. No, he was just like driving up the places and just start shooting and stuff.
Wow, and just drive off?
And back to work.
Just randomly, just driving around shooting people.
All right, back on the clock.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Gotta go take this fare out. I'll be back to shoot you some more.
I do know Uber drivers on, y'all heard of Grindr, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do know Uber drivers on Grindrs are like, hey, I'm in your hood.
Yeah.
Give you a blowjob.
Oh.
Well, as a matter of fact, now I'm glad you mentioned that, Pip, that that's also the Bruce MacArthur guy, the Canadian serial killer. That's another way he found his victims was on dating apps.
Oh.
As well as social media and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Pip, be careful.
I'm good. Trust.
I didn't even know you can do stuff like that on dating apps.
Do stuff like what?
Like find people by like where they are.
Yeah.
What?
It'll tell you like somebody's 33 feet from you or a mile from you.
Oh yeah, so people can hook up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
didn't know
do some
that.
research on that.
So
I need to stay.
Still steaming.
Need to see. She said, say that one. She told me, save that
profile
one.
Profile setting, steaming hot.
Right.
She told me.
I get it.
No.
She got that light like Krispy Kreme donuts.
She told me to save this one. I'm not trying to have nobody from no dating app at my window holding my dog hostage. Talk about some bring that ass over here. No.
At least I know what the title of the show is going to be today.
What? Oh, Lord. Steam that for JJ? The V steam?
Oh, my God. So we got we got a follow-up case here. We talked about this on this show, yes, I remember. We did. And I think it was early last year, around this time last year. California couple, the Turpins, parents of 13, pled guilty to abuse, torture, imprisonment. So Riverside County, California courtroom on Friday, David Turpin, 57, and Louise Turpin, 50, pleaded guilty to 14 counts related to crimes against 12 of their children. The children were deprived of food, allowed to shower no more than once a year, beaten, strangled, or tied up for weeks or even months at a time. The children were so malnourished that their growth was apparently stunted. Police thought that the girl who had sought help was 10. She was 17.
Oh, my God.
The siblings were ages 2 to 29. Now they're 3 to 30. And at the time, the police were shocked that 7 were actually adults.
Wow.
Yeah. They show pictures of them, and it did not look like there were 7 adults in those pictures. They looked like they were all juveniles.
Oh, my God.
They get their Wheaties.
And they have all kinds of, a lot of them have brain damage and nerve damage and different things, and because of all of the...
Did they say how much time that they got?
Yes, they did. They got like 25 with, and then they did a plea deal. And I think after 25 years, they're eligible for parole. Yeah. And the DA's office is very happy with this case and with the outcome, because if they tried them and spent through all, put the taxpayers through all that expense, the same amount of time that they could have this is the same amount of maximum time they could have gotten even with the trial. Okay. And
damn, they got a terrible lawyer.
And the children
what kind of plea deal was that?
Well, originally they pleaded guilty. I mean, they pleaded not guilty, and they changed it to guilty because they didn't want a trial either. The kids don't have to. They were worried about the kids testifying. They don't have to testify. So that's another win for them. And yeah, so they were explaining something about the new some sort of senior law with criminals that are of a certain age and how they have to make the maximum time and all that. So the way it works out, this is the maximum amount of time they would have gotten anyway. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so they're happy with this, and it's the same amount of time that you can get for capital murder. Because they basically ruined lives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
they did. They took away their lives of all of those children.
Kids are in very good spirits and very upbeat and happy about
their new life they're about to live.
Right, exactly, and very excited to new lives and things like that.
Did they say that if they found a foster home or if they're going to stay together, if they're going to be split up?
They didn't say any of that.
That's fucked up.
I'm sure.
You looking for a kid?
Hell no.
There's 7 of them that are adults, so I don't think they will need to foster home.
Right.
They could just stay with the older siblings.
Well, hopefully, if the older siblings are mentally capable, and we don't know, financially able, and who knows what condition they're in, if they're even equipped to go out into the world like
that. The smaller ones,
right.
they're going to be behind the rest of their life.
Probably the older ones.
They still got a chance of some sort.
Right. Yes. Yeah. 3-year-old.
Well, the 3-year-old is the only one that had not been abused that they determined. So that's why it was only 12 counts versus 13, because they didn't get charged for abusing the baby, the toddler. So I guess they feel like got to be at least 5 before they start dogging you out.
Wow. They can't tie the rope around them little hands. Just get out every time.
This went on from Texas, and then they moved here to California.
Ugh.
And they were able to, they stayed to themselves, and they kept up the outside of the house, good enough so that it didn't look,
like
weird or anything suspicious. The inside was, filthy, deplorable conditions, just stench, very foul.
And I thought the dad on Umbrella Academy was tough. He was so strict, but he fed them.
At least they ate, huh? Dang.
Damn.
I know, right?
Did the neighbors know that they had kids in there?
They never saw them, right?
Wow.
Some neighbors didn't know that they had kids. Some neighbors did know, like maybe I think it was like the very next house
Uh-huh.
because they would I remember this from the original story that late at night is when they would be active.
Yeah.
You know, they would be chained up and stuff, but sometimes at night they would have them, you know, cleaning up or doing different things or marching around, some weird stuff, whatever. And the people could see like the movement in there, so they knew that there was like a lot of people there or something like that.
I remember this story. This, you don't forget this.
No, I remember this story, but I don't remember. This is crazy. And you know, this makes me think how many other if this is some type of fucking ring that they got going on out here. Watch your kids.
Wait, what? what?
You know, because you know they have like child molesting rings, you know, where they like. So I just hope this is not like something that they do like in like a community, like like people who,
ring.
people who chain their kids up.
I think they're just bad people.
Yeah, they know they're definitely bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that to kids.
Don't do that.
Don't do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Anybody.
They were
actually.
kids for a while, but then they became adults. So, you know, the oldest is 30 now. So
yeah. I mean, you could put some handcuffs on me. I don't mind.
I still. I mean, it's funny because I really. We talked about this before about politics and about how where the government puts their hands in your personal life and where they do not. But yet we have so many like restrictions. Like you have to take all these classes to drive a car, and you have to take you have to pass tests to have a gun. But anybody can have kids, right? At any time.
Anytime.
Yep.
Like you just have a kid.
Yep. No training, no practice, no dry run, no rehearsal.
Hardest thing in the world, raising a child.
A person.
Anybody is allowed to do.
That's not. It's only a child for a certain amount of time. That child has to grow up to become a functioning adult. And some parents out there are not raising their children to be functioning fucking adults.
No.
And I get why people don't want the schools to teach them, and the schools shouldn't teach them. We should, but how do we get our society? I know some people say it's just that ain't the answer.
That no.
But damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. We got more Canada news.
Oh, I love Canada. It's beautiful.
It is.
Blame Canada.
Another foot washed up in British Columbia.
Another foot.
Authorities are not alarmed.
It's like, it's another one. Put it in the bin with the rest of them.
That's on the good part of Canada. That's West Coast.
This is British Columbia.
Wow.
And apparently, since 2007 till now, there's been a total of 15 feet that have washed up.
That's 11. That's a foot a year. Plus some.
Actually, they said a foot every couple months or so.
Wow.
Washes up. And they said not to be alarmed because they feel like it's not foul play. It's
ocean debris.
It's action. Yeah, it's accidents. It's suicides. And things like that, but they said it's not foul play.
That's bullshit.
And they said a couple of the feet have been linked as pairs, so they belong to the same body. And the reason why it's feet that are washing up on shore versus any other appendage is because of
the shoes.
Because of the shoes, exactly. The shoes are protecting them, and they're not getting eroded by the sea as quickly. The sea life are not eating them because of the shoe. Over like whereas they eating the other parts of the body, they can't get to the feet because of the shoes.
And I'm sure the rubber makes it buoyant so it floats.
Right.
That probably helps as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. A foot every few months. But I don't think that this is just some random occurrence. That's just too much for it to be random.
What you think is going on?
One of them murders.
It's a foot ring.
One of them murders.
A foot ring.
You already know. You got to look around. Everybody watch your feet, okay? They out here taking feet off.
You're taking feet, y'all.
Taking your feet. Probably two of them. Be careful. They're taking both of your feet.
They out here Kunta Kinte and people.
Golly.
Watch it. Hide your kids.
Hide your wife. A foot every few months, and nobody's surprised. Like, oh yeah, no, it's all right. It's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm telling y'all. This is passing right by under the radar. Here we go. Next year we're gonna be like, y'all remember them feet that was washing up? So it was a murderer.
I don't know. This has been going on since 2007.
And that's 11 years. That's a long time. I
is.
think that they need to figure this out. Why is it the current? What is it? Where are these people jumping off from? Where is this happening?